So we have a few days of camping at Lake Kachuma, and we just took 2-3 days mainly for just some relaxation and getaway.
Yeah. No real hikes planned, nothing like that.
Yeah. I'm in my 7th week post-COVID, still having issues, so we're not going to do a lot. But while we're here, we brought with us about, I don't know, maybe half a dozen new things that we're going to try. So we will be making a few product videos, a few reviews, and in the coming weeks, we're going to show you some of these additions and give you our thoughts about them, if they work for us or not, from our experience here at the campground. And one of the first things that we're going to experiment with is we have a fire starter kit that was provided to us to try. So we're going to, a little later tonight, I think, give that a go. But before we do that, we're going to have to get ourselves some firewood.
Get some firewood, and we will give you more details on our thoughts on this fire starter.
They have a little store here. We're going to stop inside and get ourselves some firewood, and later you're going to see us try to make fire, which
we're not really good at, so this should be interesting.
It might be funny. We'll see.
So they also have a quick wick fire starter. There's something chemical in it because it's really hard with all these wood chips in it. We might buy one and do a test comparison. How's that?
In a little bit, we're going to go outside and attempt to make fire, which again might be hysterical, because I think through the years, some of our attempts at making fire. So the very first time we ever went camping, many years ago, do you remember what we did to try to make fire on that trip at Sequoia National Park?
We used charcoal lighter.
We had, so we
oh no, that gooey stuff.
Yeah, so we were like having campfire fails, and
it was wet. It was wet outside.
We were young. It was wet.
Yeah.
Sequoia National Park. I think first we tried, like you said, charcoal lighter on whatever we were trying to burn.
That didn't. It didn't work.
For whatever reason, that wasn't working. And
then our friend went out, and there was a little market close by, and she went out and she got this goopy stuff.
Yep.
That was supposed to be a starter, some kind of starter.
Yeah, so we're smearing the goop.
Spread it on the logs, the wet logs. Yep. It was hysterical.
So that didn't work. And then I think my biggest tip for successfully making fires is bring a former Eagle Scout with you, because they are pros.
Make sure your daughter marries one.
Yes. That and that has been a never fail when the Eagle Scout is with us. Yeah. Tonight, we do not have an Eagle Scout with us.
No.
But we do have some new items from Bigfoot Bushcraft. So we've just opened up this, what they call the complete kit. So first we're going to show you what came with the kit. Was there anything in here?
Inside was the starter.
That's the ferro rod.
Okay.
Okay. And that's like some kind of scraper that we're going to use to scrape off some of this and then strike this against the exposed metal to hopefully make a spark. So that's item number 1. That was in this handy dandy pouch, which also has in it an extra one of these striker pieces on a rope. So that's one component of this. And then we have a box of the fire plugs, and we'll take this out when we're at the campfire, I think, right? Or attempted a campfire. And when we open up the bag, they also sent us this tin, which the plugs will go into. So the things that are in the bag, they're these smallish, like pink pellets. Those we're going to twist, break apart. There's going to be fibers that are exposed. We're going to try to make spark with this and create fire. And if that works, we have some wood that we'll put in the fire pit. And we'll see how it goes. So we're going to see in a few minutes if we're going to be successful at fire or failures again.
All right, so I just took this raised edge and I scraped.
All right, Julie's asking why she's doing this, and it's because she just picked it up. So here you go.
So here is a very interesting, it's like a pink pellet, they call it. So we're supposed to break it apart.
Snap it in half.
Okay, so expose these fibers.
Yep.
And then we set it in the fire.
And now you have to try to make spark.
It's gonna be interesting. Okay, don't hit the little pink guy, the pellet. So I seem more successful when I hold it over it. There it is.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that.
Julie made fire! Kindling time.
Look at that, it's burning really well. Look at that. We'll just put these around it. See if we can get some flamies going. I want to let the oxygen get to it, so I don't want to cover it up. So I'm just kind of put a little bit on there and we'll... And I have no idea what I'm doing, people. This is like different for me. Look at that.
Wait,
We got a fire.
without a match.
Without a match.
Without a lighter.
Very cool.
So this is supposed to burn for 5 minutes. So we have about 5 minutes time, I think, to get fire going on our wood. So that'll be like the next thing we start working on. So let's make more fire. Bigger fire.
One of the things that my son-in-law's taught me is make a teepee. Let's see.
Make a teepee that won't fall down.
Yes. It will fall down eventually, but that. I'm in a fire!
No goop required, no charcoal fluid lighter required. We didn't use newspaper. We've tried the newspaper thing. Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, because the newspaper usually doesn't work for us either.
And we can do this without an Eagle Scout.
Yes. Sorry,
Yeah,
Robert.
Yeah. So
We still love you.
So thank you, Bigfoot Bushcraft. We had success.
Yes.
We're going to be enjoying a campfire this evening. Anything you want to say about your experience so far with the product?
Yes, it was really, really easy. It was really easy. Once you got the knack of striking it and that spark just starts flying, it would just boom, it caught on fire and that was it. I have to check the fire.
Fire tonight. We found ourselves an adjacent fire pit near us, and one of the things we're going to do is one of the claims of the bushcraft pellets is they say these are waterproof and they'll work even if they get wet. So I'm going to put this in some water.
There it is.
Okay, so nice and wet. And we're going to give this a try to see if once wet, if we have a similar experience of being able to make fire on it. So I've got fibers exposed, and now it's my turn to try to make spark.
Hey! Look at you, baby!
You know what made a difference is when I changed the angle.
Okay.
So when I was trying it straight, I was having a hard time getting a spark, but when I changed the angle to like this, it was like spark, voila. So,
It's burning.
so this is the pellet that we had dipped in the water. Once I finally got a spark, it's going. So even if it's wet, it'll make fire. So I made fire too. It took me a little longer than Julie. There's a little trick to getting used to working with this strikey thing.
Yeah.
So you get a little appreciation for the people who are in Survivor and have to try to make fire.
Yeah.
But we did it. So we also bought this additional fire starter that they had at the camp store.
I'd like to see if we light it up, does it do the same as, I mean, look at that.
Just
Does
put
it
it
get
in
that
this.
kind of
What kind of flame?
Just out of curiosity, let's see what kind of flame
What kind of flame it makes?
it makes.
Dueling starters. Here we go.
So we're just burning the wick. The wick seems like it has a lot of wax or some kind of something that's soaked in that causes it to burn. Or it's just a plain wick with wax on it. There's something in this starter. Okay, so the wood pellets are starting to burn. This one just went out. So it seems like the paper's on fire, not so much the inside of it, but it is burning.
Yeah, that works too.
Yeah. So this looks like it's got a good flame.
Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the cool thing about
Bigfoot Bushcraft.
Yeah. So just with the pellets and the Sparky tool, you're good to go.
Yeah, you could take that on, you know, a backcountry backpacking trip and get fire just from that. You don't have to bring something as big as this. So the tin that is offered with the Bigfoot Bushcraft is about as big as this starter here, and you could put at least a dozen pellets in it. 2 dozen pellets in it. For many, many fires, this is just a one-time thing.
Yeah.
And you have problems with things like this getting wet and not being able to start. So,
I mean, we know people who are out in the backcountry for like a month at a time.
Yeah.
You couldn't carry enough of these.
you couldn't carry enough.
No.
Yeah.
So with the tin that we got, the same size as this, I mean, you could be out in the backcountry and have enough material to make fire probably for a month. You'd be good to go, wet or not wet. So if you're looking to economize space, weight, etc., seems like a super way to go. If you're interested in the Bigfoot Bushcraft Fire Starter product, head over to their website. We'll include a link in the video description below. If you enjoy watching our videos, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you can follow our future adventures.
Thanks for joining us at the places where we go.